Well, I for one am shocked. Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and if you look at the top right of this video, you are going to see that Desean Jackson wants out of Tampa Bay during this current upcoming off season. Man, I tell you, this is one of the most shocking things that I've read about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a long time. We heard about the stuff with Josh Freeman and his attitude problems. We heard about the Buccaneers trading for Darrelle Revis. But this, man, this is one of the most shocking pieces of Buccaneers news I have read in a long time. Oh my goodness, I believe nobody saw this coming. But in all seriousness, yes, of course, Desean Jackson wants out of Tampa Bay. He's been here roughly 2 years now, year and a half, give or take, 2 full seasons. Man, things have not been going well. He's had his moments where he looked like that really awesome, one of the best deep threats in the league options that, we signed him to be. We signed him to a 3-year, $11 million per year contract, and he has had his really nice moments on this team, but those were too far and too few in between each other. Things have not worked out well. A lot of it probably has to do with the chemistry with Jameis Winston and the overall direction that this team has been going, not including Desean Jackson's much. I mean, they've tried, but it just hasn't worked. From the whole eating the W thing with Jameis Winston to the whole lack of Winston hitting Desean Jackson on the deep balls to Desean Jackson supposedly requesting for a trade midway through this season to his open expression of wanting Ryan Fitzpatrick to continue being the starter on this team earlier on in the season, to selling his home, and now to wanting out of Tampa Bay this upcoming offseason. Duh, of course, it's definitely a move that everybody and their mothers saw coming. A lot of Bucs fans have soured on Desean Jackson as well. They have said that he gives up on plays, that he stopped trying, that he stopped caring. That remains, I'm not going to speak on that, but that is something that a lot of people have said. So, yeah, Desean Jackson wants out. Not really surprising. He's been rumored to go to teams like the Philadelphia Eagles, which would make sense. He really has a great love for the Philadelphia Eagles and that entire organization. That's where he started, of course. The St. Louis Rams have been an option. Sorry, the Los Angeles Rams have been an option, which, lol, okay. I could expect some teams like the San Francisco 49ers and definitely the Buffalo Bills to offer him contracts as well, just to get that really nice speed deep threat, because I still think that Desean Jackson's a decent wide receiver and he's still a really nice deep threat, but he's just not right for this offense right now in Tampa Bay. He doesn't work with Jameis Winston. You have to work with Jameis Winston. He's the franchise guy. Things aren't going to work out. They're probably going to cut him. I know some people are still suggesting a trade that could happen in this offseason. The only way I see a trade happening is if a team thinks that they're not going to be able to get Desean in free agency, so they trade for him and then they try and renegotiate a contract later on down the line with Jackson and his representatives. But I really don't think that's going to happen. I think the Bucs are going to have to cut him. I don't think they're going to be able to find a trade partner. And then I think that Desean will sign with another team after that. But it's good for the Bucs if they do cut him. They are going to be getting $11 million in cap space, which they can use at other positions on the team. Maybe sign some free agents with that money as well. It'll clear up a lot of money. It'll definitely clear up a lot of cap room to get some certain things done. But I do want to say real quick, for as much flack as Desean Jackson has gotten this year, he did have some memorable moments with the team, and I thank him for that. He gave some moments that Bucs fans probably won't forget, especially the first 2 weeks of this year where him and Ryan Fitzpatrick were just going off, just making plays left, right, and center. So, thanks Desean for his service to Tampa Bay if this is truly going to be his last game with the Buccaneers week 17. Thank you for your service for the past 2 years. That's awesome. I wish you luck in your future endeavors if it is true that you are going to be leaving Tampa Bay. So, thank you. Question then becomes for Bucs fans and the Buccaneers organization itself, what's going to happen now with the wide receiver position? Because not only if the Buccaneers cut Desean Jackson, he's going to be off the marks, you're also having Adam Humphries and his contract come up as well. He's going to be an unrestricted free agent during this upcoming free agency if the Buccaneers do not re-sign him, which would be really bad, because if Adam Humphries leaves to go to free agency and you cut Desean Jackson, your wide receiver depth chart then consists of Mike Evans at the 1, Chris Godwin at the 2, Justin Watson at the 3, or, you know, Bobo Wilson at the 3, and then whichever one isn't the 3, Justin Watson or Bobo Wilson, they're the number 4. And then you might have Sergio Bailey be back. You might have another guy like Freddie Martino come in. You know, that remains yet to be seen, but you know, that wide receiver core would take a really big hit, and you could actually start having some questions about this wide receiver depth and start maybe having to address that in the offseason rather than having it at least have a solid top 3 option of Evans, Godwin, and Humphries, which makes me think that you really need to sign Adam Humphries back to a deal. He's one of the better slot receivers in the league, in my opinion, and I think that if you can get him the ball more, he can just keep on showcasing what he's good at. He's a reliable third down option. He's one of Jameis Winston's top targets. The man's got good hands, good route running, and overall a tough and well-defined character and attitude towards the entire NFL and team situation that the Bucs have been going through. So I really think that he's a valuable wide receiver. How much money would Adam Humphries command? Well, right now the highest paid slot wide receiver is currently Albert Wilson with the Miami Dolphins. He's making an average of $8 million per year. Would you pay Adam Humphries that money? Let me know down in the comment section below. Me currently right now, I would, if only because of the value that Adam Humphries adds to this team. He's, like I said, he's one of the most reliable receivers that we have on this team right now, right up there with Mike Evans even. You know, him and Mike Evans are 2 of the most reliable targets that we have. Also throw in O.J. Howard and Cameron Brate a little bit. He's kind of fallen off a little bit this season, but, you know, Adam Humphries, he's a valuable member of this team. And I think the Buccaneers need to prioritize re-signing him, especially if they get rid of Desean Jackson, because that way you'll still have a really solid wide receiver depth. You won't have to really pick into free agency that much. Maybe you can draft another wide receiver as well. But I think, you know, if you do get rid of Desean Jackson, re-signing Adam Humphries is an absolute must. It's an absolute must. I think it's going to happen. I'm not 100% sure. But me personally, I think it's going to happen. I think they are going to re-sign Adam Humphries, and it needs to be mandatory if they get rid of Desean Jackson. But let me know what you guys think about all of this down in the comment section below. What do you think about this report that Desean Jackson wants to move on from Tampa Bay? Are you excited? Are you sad? I posted something on the community tab a little earlier today, and it seemed like people were pretty okay with the thing. They were kind of saying, good, get him out of here, you know, kind of pushing him out the door before he can walk out on his own, which makes total sense to me. A lot of fans have soured on Desean Jackson. I think most for good reason. But do you think this would really prioritize the re-signing of Adam Humphries? Do you think that the Buccaneers don't need either one of them? Kind of get rid of Adam Humphries and Desean Jackson and kind of just start a little bit as a new with Mike Evans at the 1, Chris Godwin at the 2, and just kind of rebuild that depth with guys like Justin Watson and Bobo Wilson? Let me know what you think about all this down in the comment section below. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and I know I'm a little bit higher up right now in the video. That's because I got a brand new desk. My monitor is kind of on like an elevated board type thing, so that's why it's kind of like looking more down. So there's your explanation for that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed, and as always, I'll see you in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, goodbye for now, guys, and go Bucs.